Hey yogis! Today I have a few transitions for you if you are pregnant like me. I am 34 weeks at the moment. It's getting a little bit more intense to do any yoga. So I just have some transitions here that you can do instead of a regular vinyasa. So I would just want to show you what I did in the beginning of my pregnancy and what I'm doing now. Some things feel good some days, some things just feel horrible. And that can also really vary from day to day. So really listen to your body. If you need to skip a complete vinyasa, then just do that. You know, you can always take child's pose, go to your hands and your knees, or stay in downward dog. So very important, like always, to listen to your body. Also, make sure that your healthcare provider has given you a green light to exercise during your pregnancy. So regular vinyasa would of course be plank, lowering down, or chaturanga, and then going up into upper dog or cobra. Now I've noticed I'm one of the few people that really enjoy upper dog in pregnancy. Most people don't. So I will give you one variation with upper dog that I will show you now, and then I will give you variations without upper dog. So if you would be in downward facing dog, and your teacher tells you now come forward to plank, you can either go there or bring your knees down straight away. Then what I like to do is a half chaturanga, so bringing the tailbone down still in a long line of energy with your spine, and then bending the elbows halfway. From there, pointing the toes back and going straight to upper dog, if that feels good to you. And from there, knees come back, curling the toes under, and press to downward dog. So I'll show you one more time. Inhaling to plank, exhaling knees down, elbows bent. Inhale to upper dog, and exhale to downward dog. So that's really kind of a more traditional variation that you can do in your yoga practice if it feels good to you. If you feel any tension in your belly or your back, then skip this version. The second one is really wonderful as well, but it takes a little bit more time, so you might end up later in downward dog, which is fine usually. So from downward dog, you can come forward to plank, make that same little push-up, and then instead of doing upper dog, if that doesn't feel good, walking back to your knees and standing on your knees, doing a little bit of a camel pose. If it's too much, you can also do this. And then slowly bringing the hands back down and coming to downward dog. So from downward dog to plank, knees down, exhale. Coming back, standing on your knees, lifting, making sure the spine is long, and exhale to downward dog. Now the third variation is my favorite. It's actually a little bit like water. It's very fluid, and I love doing it in the evening, and I love just doing it a couple of times, so it can be just your practice. So what you would do, if you would be in downward dog, you bring your knees nice and wide, depending on how big your belly is, and then you're shifting back. Now from here, the elbows bend, pulling the navel to the spine, so the baby lifts to your spine. Lift your heart forward, and then curling the toes under, coming back to downward dog. What you can do is make this in continuous flow. So then the knees will be down, waving forward and up, and exhale, rounding back. Inhaling forward and up. Try to avoid hanging with your hips. Exhale, rounding back. So you can enjoy this as much as you like. And then finally arriving in downward dog or child's pose. The fourth variation is the easiest and the most basic. And this is super nice in any trimester and for everybody. So from downward dog, bringing the knees down, inhale. And when you exhale, round your spine. So this is when people would lower down in their plank. Inhale, lift your chest. So this is your cobra or upper dog. And then when you exhale, pulling back to downward dog. So one more time, knees to the ground instead of plank. Exhale, round. Inhale, heart goes forward, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. So these are 4 variations that you can do instead of a vinyasa that kind of take the same amount of time and the same amount of breath as a regular vinyasa. So you're not getting out of the flow, you're actually staying in the flow of the practice. Of course, it's always better to go to a prenatal class if that's available for you, because then the teacher will really adapt the class to pregnancy and it will actually prepare you for birth and beyond. If there's no other option than going to your regular vinyasa class, then make sure you always tell the teacher. Even if it's very early in your pregnancy, we always want to know. Lately, somebody told me after the class that they were pregnant, and I was in complete shock because I let them do so many things that were not really suitable for pregnant women. So please, please, please don't take any risk. Always tell your teacher, because then they can make adjustments for you that are very important during pregnancy. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you next time.